Some places become isolated because people choose to live far away. Others become isolated because nature never intended them to be reached. Across our planet, enormous mountain ranges still separate valleys, forests, and entire communities from the outside world. Some can only be reached after days of climbing. Others remain among the least explored landscapes on Earth. These are the world's most isolated mountains. Rwenzori Mountains. For centuries, these peaks inspired stories of a mysterious mountain range hidden beneath the clouds. Known as the Mountains of the Moon, the Rwenzori Mountains rise more than 5,100 meters above Central Africa. Unlike most tropical mountains, their upper slopes are home to glaciers, giant lobelias, and one of the world's rare alpine wetlands. Reaching them is anything but simple. Long before climbers approach the highest peaks, they must cross dense cloud forests and waterlogged bogs where every step can sink into thick mud. Constant rain, heavy mist, and slippery wooden boardwalks often slow progress to just a few kilometers a day. The weather can change within minutes. Bright sunshine may disappear behind thick clouds, reducing visibility across the mountainside. Despite lying near the equator, temperatures around the glaciers can fall below freezing at night. Most expeditions require several days of trekking with experienced local guides, and rescue operations remain difficult because of the rugged terrain and limited access. The Rwenzori aren't isolated by distance alone. They're protected by clouds, wetlands, and a landscape that has challenged explorers for generations. But the next mountain owes its isolation to something entirely different. Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta, Colombia. Rising almost directly from the Caribbean coast, this mountain range seems completely disconnected from the rest of South America. The Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta reaches nearly 5,700 meters, making it the highest coastal mountain range on Earth. What makes it extraordinary isn't just its height. It's the fact that it stands apart from the Andes, forming its own isolated ecosystem. Within only a short distance, the landscape changes from tropical beaches to rainforests, cloud forests, alpine grasslands, and permanently snow-covered peaks. This dramatic change in elevation has created an exceptional concentration of wildlife found nowhere else. Several indigenous communities, including the Kogi, Arhuaco, Wiwa, and Kankwamo, have lived among these mountains for centuries, preserving traditions closely connected to the landscape. For outsiders, however, access remains limited. Many remote valleys have few roads, while higher elevations require long hikes through steep jungle trails and rapidly changing weather. Rescue and travel can quickly become difficult as the terrain grows steeper and the weather becomes increasingly unpredictable. The mountain's isolation has helped preserve both its ecosystems and its cultural heritage. Sometimes, remaining difficult to reach is exactly what allows a place to survive. And our next destination becomes even wilder. Altai Mountains, majestic. Across the heart of Asia lies one of the planet's last great mountain wildernesses. The Altai Mountains stretch for more than 2,000 kilometers, forming a vast landscape of snow-covered peaks, ancient taiga forests, glacial rivers, and open valleys where signs of modern civilization quickly disappear. Unlike many famous mountain ranges, the Altai remain remarkably untouched. Its remote forests provide refuge for wildlife, including grey wolves, brown bears, Siberian ibex, and the elusive snow leopard. Here, isolation comes from sheer scale. Small settlements are separated by enormous distances, while many valleys can only be reached by rough tracks. horseback, or days of hiking. Even in summer, conditions can change without warning. Snowstorms, freezing nights, and swollen rivers can quickly turn a routine journey into a difficult expedition. Once deep inside the Altai, help may be many hours or even days away. That remoteness has allowed both wildlife and ancient forests to survive with relatively little human disturbance. Here, nature still shapes the landscape far more than people ever have. If you've enjoyed exploring these hidden mountains so far, let us know which one has impressed you the most, because the landscapes ahead become even more extreme. Simien Mountains, Ethiopia. Few mountain ranges make such an unforgettable first impression. The Simien Mountains rise as enormous volcanic plateaus carved into cliffs that plunge more than 1,000 meters into the valleys below. Often called the roof of Ethiopia, the range includes Ras Dashen, the country's highest peak at 4,550 meters. From above, the landscape looks almost impossible. Jagged ridges connect towering escarpments, separated by deep gorges that have been shaped over millions of years. These natural barriers have isolated both wildlife and people for generations. The Simien Mountains are one of the last strongholds of the Gelada, the world's only grass-eating monkey, along with the critically endangered Ethiopian wolf, found only in Ethiopia's highlands. Reaching many parts of the national park still requires long hikes across exposed ridges where weather can shift rapidly, especially during the rainy season. Rescue can be challenging in these remote highlands, where steep terrain and changing conditions slow even experienced trekkers. There are no dramatic glaciers here. Instead, the isolation comes from immense cliffs that have made movement across the landscape difficult for thousands of years. And the mountains still waiting ahead are even more remote. Cordillera Huayhuash, Peru. Some mountain ranges attract thousands of visitors every year. Cordillera Huayhuash is not one of them. Hidden deep within the Peruvian Andes, this compact range contains some of South America's most spectacular peaks, with several rising above 6,000 meters. Brilliant turquoise glacial lakes sit beneath walls of ice and rock that seem almost virtual. The scenery is breathtaking, but reaching it demands commitment. The famous Huayhuash circuit usually takes 10 to 14 days to complete, crossing multiple mountain passes above 4,700 meters. Altitude, thin air, freezing nights, and rapidly changing weather challenge even experienced trekkers. There are no roads connecting most of the high valleys. Once the trek begins, the surrounding mountains become your only world. Its beauty comes with complete exposure to nature. And compared with our next destination, this still feels accessible. Karakoram. Here, the mountains stop feeling like a landscape. They become a fortress. The Karakoram contains 4 of the world's 14 mountains that rise above 8,000 meters, including K2, the second highest peak on Earth. It is also home to some of the largest glaciers found outside the polar regions, where rivers of ice wind through towering walls of granite thousands of meters high. Isolation here isn't created by distance. It's created by the terrain itself. Deep valleys, unstable glaciers, constant rockfall, avalanches, and rapidly changing weather leave very few routes through the range. Even reaching the base of a major peak can take weeks of travel across rugged wilderness. At these elevations, the weather is notoriously unpredictable. A clear morning can quickly disappear beneath snow,
high winds, and near zero visibility. When emergencies occur, rescue operations are often delayed by the extreme terrain and conditions, making self-sufficiency essential for every expedition. Few mountain ranges on Earth demand more from those who enter them. Every step must be earned. Every decision matters. Yet even the Karakoram is not the most isolated mountain on our list.
Kakabo Razi, Myanmar. Long before anyone reaches the mountain itself, they must first cross one of Southeast Asia's last great wildernesses. Standing 5,881 meters above sea level, Kakabo Razi is the highest mountain in Southeast Asia. But its greatest challenge isn't its height, it's everything surrounding it. Dense primary rainforest, powerful rivers, steep valleys, and almost non-existent infrastructure protect the mountain from easy access. Many expeditions spend more than a week simply trekking through remote jungle before reaching the base of the climb. Even today, only a handful of climbing teams attempt the mountain, and reaching the summit remains one of Asia's greatest mountaineering challenges. The surrounding forests are part of one of the largest remaining intact ecosystems in the region, supporting exceptional biodiversity and species that still thrive far from major human development. Here, the journey through untouched rainforest is often longer than the climb itself. Kakabo Razi isn't simply an isolated mountain. It stands at the heart of an isolated world. And perhaps that's why so much of this region still feels almost unchanged. Which mountain surprised you the most? And which one would you actually want to explore? Let us know in the comments below. Some places remain remote because they're difficult to reach. But others remain remote because nature has never stopped protecting them. If you enjoy exploring the hidden side of our planet, subscribe to Nand Beyond Earth for more journeys beyond the ordinary. And in our next journey, we'll leave the highest peaks behind and descend into the world's most isolated mountain forests, where towering trees begin where the snow ends.